What's up guys, it's X2Rabbit2X here. Welcome back to another Minecraft mod review, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Dust mod. Now this mod is absolutely amazing in what it has in it. It's still a work in progress, but it already has a bunch of stuff in it. So let's look at it. First of all, I'm going to show you the basics of how the mod works, and then part 2, which is going to be the same video, but still part 2 is going to be how you can use all those things to create effects. And now this will make a lot more sense when I actually get into it. So here we go. Now in the mod there's 4 different kinds of dusts. So let's look at this. In a crafting table you either put grass, saplings, seeds, or leaves, 2 of each, and a coal to produce 4 plant runic dust. Now let's pick that up. I can actually show you how that works. So I'll just show you for the first one. So you put 2 grass and a coal. Can be anywhere, it doesn't matter, and I'll give you 4 plant runic dust. So we don't really care about that. Oops, I need that. So we have plant runic dust. That's how you make plant runic dust. Next one, we have gunpowder runic dust. And what you do is just put 2 of these plant runic dusts and 1 gunpowder in a crafting table, and you get 8 gunpowder runic dust. Here, I'll grab my 64 stack. Next up, we have the lapis runic dust, and what you do is you put 2 lapis lazuli, a glowstone dust, and 1 coal in a crafting bench, and you actually get 4 of the lapis lazuli or lapis runic dust. Then we have 3 types, and the last one, which is the hardest one to get, and it's also the most effective one, is the blaze runic dust. So you just put 2 lapis lazuli, glowstone dust, but instead of a coal like for lapis, you put a blaze powder, and you'll get 8 blaze runic dust from that. So let's get a stack of that. Now what these do is, pretty much what this mod is you make patterns on the ground, then you activate them, and they do different things. Now, if you guys have seen the mini, I don't know what it's called, a little redstone, or something like the, I don't know what it's called, but you can put multiple things on one block. Well, this is just like it. As you can see, you can actually, like, plant down different patterns, as you can see right here. And you know, you can mix and match with different ones, and different patterns, when you activate them, do different things. Now I'll show you the patterns in the second video, but I mean in the second part. You know, you have all your different types. I don't know, there we go. So you can make cool patterns. You can put 16 of these little dusts on one block, and this allows you to make really small patterns on really small places. And let me actually turn it to peaceful so stupid skeletons aren't all there. Okay. So now So that's pretty much how the dust works. You can just put it on the ground. Next up, we have the Runic Tome. Now, what this does is you simply put 1 book with 1 dust. It doesn't matter which dust. It can be either of these 4 dusts. So you just put 1 book and let's say plant runic dust. And that was a text message. Sweet. So you just put 1 plant runic dust or 1 gunpowder or lapis or blaze along with the book, and you get a runic tome. Now a runic tome is the thing that when you right click on it on a certain pattern, it activates it. Now because this pattern does not make any like useful recipe, when I activated it, it just turned to like this dusty, well, this like gray dusty looking thing, and eventually this will disappear. You can go ahead and break it yourself if you want, but eventually they'll disappear, and it pretty much like it's like a failed experiment. Now, next up, what we have is the Runic Lexicon. You've seen this all around the room. They're the little books. Look like enchantment tables, but they're really not. You simply take 4 plant runic dust, 1 in each corner. You got 4 wooden planks and a diamond, and then you take 1 of the runic tomes that we just made and put it in the center, and you get a Runic Lexicon. Now, this is so cool. So what this Runic Lexicon does, as you can see, when you walk up to it, it opens up like a normal book. And then the first page is the meat sticks represents meat. The little gas tier looking thing represents drops. And if it's purple, that means it's a variable dust. You'll know what this means like pretty much now. So when you right click on it, it actually goes back 1 page, but simply because we were on the first page, it takes you all to the last page. So if we could just keep, well, actually let's go back to the first page, And when you left click on it, it goes forward one page, and when you right click on it, it goes backwards one page. Yeah, that's it. So let's switch. Now this will go, you know, your basic recipes, and it'll show you. So, you know, you can go through it, and here it shows you there has to be an empty block, so you have to dig one space below. And you know, you have all these different recipes and whatnot, and what you need. Like here, you need 16 leaves. Here, you need 8 sugar. You need 2 gas tiers and 2 ingots, and you know, stuff like that. Now, this is really, really hard to remember. And actually, let me find one that has a purple one. Here, okay, you can see there's like purple. Now, what you can do actually is you can take a piece of paper like this. When you have a piece of paper, and when you're on the recipe that you want, you right-click on it, and you get this scroll. Now, this scroll, pretty much, you have written down this little combination, and if you have the available dust on you, simply put down the scroll, and it'll put down the recipe for you. But as you can see, a lot of my green dust has been pretty much taken by this. And alright, we're missing a recipe here. But what we have here is when you put down a scroll, the scroll disappears, the dust pretty much disappears. You can pick it back up if you want. As you can see, like you can get your powder back if you just hit it. Now, when you see this purple on the ground, as you can see here, this means that it's variable, as we saw like on the first page of this thing. Let's go back. Oh, no, alright, whatever. Let's look at this one. Purple means variable. Now, this determines the intensity and the strength of whatever you're about to make. So, as you can see, we may have plant. Well, yeah, this is in order. So, plant is the weakest one. Then we have gunpowder. We have lapis. And then we have the blaze. Now, if you want the strongest effect on whatever you're about to do, simply put down blaze on one, and it'll take however many it takes and replace that purple with whatever you have. Now, you have to give it one. You can't just leave it purple. But, yeah, the purple ones pretty much determine the intensity of your little spell or effect that you're about to do. So, now I'm going to show you another part of the basics, which is some runes. They're called runes when you know, the little patterns. They're called runes. Some runes actually require you to mark out an area for effect. So let's say there's one rune that lifts a certain area up into the air. Like it'll just elevate. So what you need to do is mark off an area somehow, and this is actually really cool how they did this. So if we go look at this, if you put a cobblestone and a stick, and then this is a crafting pattern right here. Cobblestone and a stick next to it, and then an iron ingot on the bottom. You actually get a hammer and chisel. Let's get that, and we can get rid of these for now. Let's get clay, sand, gravel. There we go. Now, okay, what am I doing here? I'm like, there we go. Okay, so what you can do is with a hammer and chisel, you can actually chip off any block. Well, almost any block. You can't do it on glass. I'm trying to right-click it, but as you can see, you can do it on what is it? Wool right here. And this is what I wanted to show you, that you can make actually like paths through blocks. And when you have a water source, or it could be actually a lava source, you can have a lava going through here, which, you know, just gives you a cool effect. I'm not sure it's actually used, but, you know, you can have liquids go through there. Now also, what you can do, and this is how we mark off areas, well, I'll show you this in the second part of this video, but you can actually carve out, like for example, let's carve out this. Oh no, why is there? Let's get rid of this water, and let's carve that back out. There we go. So when you carve out, you can carve out certain pathways, and let's see, we can carve this out, this out. You can, like, I don't know, you can cut it really cool looking. Like right now it's kind of look like a, I don't know, like a fortress, which is kind of cool. So it could be used for decorations also. But you can take blocks like dirt that I just put down in there. Also clay, you can just simply just fill it in. And I think clay is used for the elevation spell to mark off an area. They can do like gravel, sand, you can do dirt, pretty much anything that's harder, well, as hard or less harder than gravel to break. So, those are pretty much the basics. I mean, I've shown you everything that this mod consists of. That's pretty dark outside. But now I'm going to switch over to my super flat world, and I will go through a bunch of runes with you guys. So stick around, and I will be right back. Alright, welcome back. And apparently my super flat world does not like this mod, so, well, not really that, but the runes don't really work on super flat worlds. So let's check it out. I have 3 different kinds of runes set out here. There's actually 40 different kinds. Well, 40 and counting as of now. And it's still a work in progress, so it's going to be ever expanding. And these are just like the 3 that I thought that I could maybe show you, and because there's a bunch more. There's like an automatic XP farm, which like actually gives you XP if you give it items. There's like a thing where if you just feed it items, it'll push away all hostile mobs, and like, I don't know, it's super cool. But let's check this out. So this is the most basic of the basics runes, and there's basically just 4, you know, just four little dust. And when you activate it, you just get a torch. There you go. You know, maybe if you're lacking some coal, or maybe if you're lacking some sticks, there you go. Now this one, this is actually the farm rune, and if we just go ahead and make this the red one, well, the blaze dust is going to be the most intense, meaning it's going to have the biggest effect, and this one's going to actually make a wheat farm. Now what you need to do before this, you need to actually sacrifice 2 iron ingots, so just drop the 2 iron ingots on top of the rune, and then activate it, and bam, you have yourself a wheat farm. It's pretty cool. You know, it's I would say this is pretty cool, how you have to sacrifice it and whatnot. There's a lot of runes that you have to sacrifice different items and pretty much monsters, as this one. So I wanted to show you the difference between intensities. So we'll fill this rune in with a green one, and we'll fill this rune in with a red one. 2 completely opposite intensities. So this rune also needs a sacrifice of a passive mob. So put the pig on top of the rune. There we go, we sacrifice it, and there goes the rune. Now in this one also, we'll put the pig on, hey! Okay, well I guess we won't put it on top of there. Put the pig on top of it. Sacrifice the pig, and as you can see, well, we can actually jump on top of this, and it'll raise us. So that's how it works. This is the green one, and this right here is the red one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, well, this got ruined because we got some water, and I think it just ruined it. Well, basically what was supposed to happen is, do you see that thing up there? I don't have Optifine, so I can't zoom in. But that is how it's supposed to look with the red one. That's how high up it goes. It's insane. This one's not that high, and this one just failed because there's water over here. But just look at it, like it's so much higher than this one. It's just insane. So I mean, those are pretty much the differences. These are runes. Remember, there's 40 different kinds of runes. There's like monster killers. There's like traps. There's XP farms. There's I don't know. Just go check it out. And oh, I forgot one more thing I gotta show you. With one rune, you can actually sacrifice and create these weapons: spirit sword and a spirit pickaxe. Spirit sword, let's just say, it has a pretty big knockback and some nice damage. You want to see that again? Maybe you missed it. Let's look at this. Look at this. Bam. Bam. So pretty big knockback on the sword. And this pickaxe, I gotta get into survival. This pickaxe actually mines out an area of 3 by 3 by 3. So let's see if I can go lower. Okay, there we go. We can see it here. So it pretty much acts as TNT, and it's just insane. Like, look at this. Oh, okay, we hit water. That's not cool. But you can just clear out areas with this, no problem. Bam. Already cleaned out. Oh, it's already gone. So it does not have that much durability, which is, I guess, kind of balanced since you make it out of a stone pickaxe, which is kind of cool. And 8 meat. You have to sacrifice 8 meat. There you go, the runes are disappearing. But, yeah, that's all I got to show you today. Like I said before, it's a work in progress. There's lots of runes. There's lots of runes coming. I don't know. I hope you enjoy this. And thanks for watching. See ya.